Put your hands together for ACHG Production.
We're ready.
Yeah.
We're ready. Good afternoon, ACHG Production, reaching for the doggone sky. Just getting ready to have a good time in the night time. Are you ready? Mama, sister, brother.
Newspaper, but they're not going to tell the story the
Right.
way we tell it.
No,
We're
this
going to
is-
tell it a different way.
5 love languages.
This is ECU, Entrepreneur Centers for You.
Good afternoon and welcome to the AC Fun Time Superstar. My name is AC and sitting on my extreme left is
Elder Carlytown.
Elder Carlytown. I am so happy to be here. We're downtown.
Right. Well, we're with the South Carolina Black Press Association, and I'm so excited because it's like being with family. Most of the people in here I know, and here's Talbert, and he's over the Chronicle now. Talbert, tell us a little bit about the guest that we have today that's visiting Charleston.
Well, first of all, thank you for having us.
Yes.
It's always good to see you. And you're here today with the Black Press Association of South Carolina. Of course, myself, Charleston, represent the Charleston Chronicle. And this is
Mr. Jabari Moketsi, and I'm with the GULLAH Sentinel newspaper, and we are down in Beaufort, South Carolina,
Wow.
the low country of South Carolina.
Wow, Beaufort, South Carolina.
Yeah.
And who we have on the extreme right?
Hi, I'm Nate Abraham. I'm the publisher of the Carolina Panorama newspaper in Columbia, South Carolina, and CarolinaPanorama.com website. We're our 28th year in publishing in
Wow.
the city of Columbia.
Oh,
Okay.
excellent. We in good company.
Yes, sir. Businessman. And who can we start with? Can you tell us what's going on today as for what brought you all together?
Well, I'm Larry Smith. I'm the publisher of the Community Times newspaper in Florence and the Times Upstate newspaper in Greenville, Spartanburg, and Anderson, South Carolina. And we come together on a regular basis to talk about issues that are important to the African American community and to talk about the African American press and the growth of the African American press across the state of South Carolina.
I'm excited about that.
Yes.
And that's what we're all about, information.
That's exactly right. you know.
Talbot, can you tell me what's going on in Charleston as far, and I know I see you on the streets all the time,
Yes.
get your information.
Yes.
Talbot, tell us something about what's going on that you would like our audience to know about.
well, stuff that's going on right now. Of course, everybody's getting ready for the holidays.
Yeah.
next week.
That's
So,
true.
A lot of people taking the time to handle that, but a lot of things that we're talking about recently is a lot of scamming that people need to get ready for the
Oh,
holidays.
yes, yes,
And Charleston actually is in this week's edition, the Wednesday, November 19th edition. A lot of people during this time of year get taken advantage of
Yes.
with a lot of different scams that happen. So that's something that's going on. And unfortunately, a lot of bad things that's happening. There's a lot of violence that's happening with all the recent shootings here in Charleston and North Charleston. So that's something that we need to take a look at and try to stay safe and get the community to stand up and support us.
Okay, what's on this upcoming news?
Well, recently, the biggest thing is the recent indictment of Senator Robert Ford.
Okay.
Unfortunately, which you've been seeing happening. Last week they got Bobby Harrell, and
Yes.
now they got the senator. So he made some comments about what's going on now and how he's going to try to handle the situation and best move forward with his indictment.
Okay. Elder Carlytown, would it be in order for us to take a break and get a little honey?
Yeah,
Come back?
I think so. We need some sweet thing up in here.
All right. AC Fun Time Superstar, stay tuned. Don't you go anywhere. We'll be right back, and we're going to go deep in the water.
What you gonna do? Yeah. And you got to get on the move. Yeah. If you want your body to move, tell me, baby. How you gonna do it if you really don't know it? By standing on the wall. Get your backs up on the wall. Tell me. How you gonna do it if you really don't take the chance? By standing on the wall. Get your backs up on the wall. I hear you on the music. Come on, baby. If you wanna feel it, you got to do it. Get down, don't wait on it. Come on, baby.
Welcome back. We are back with the publishers from all around the state, and I want to talk to one of my good friends here, Jabari of the GULLAH Sentinel.
Yeah, so like I say again, it's so good to be here. Be here in Charleston, be on the program, and we've got some things that's going on down in Beaufort too. We are dealing with, especially on my front page, we're dealing with single member district. Single member district. We've had a problem with that in the city for about the last 20 years. We can't get any African Americans, any blacks, elected to city council as a result of at-large districting. So we've got a big fight going on down there now, and we haven't had any blacks on city council down in Beaufort, Beaufort, South Carolina, of course, in the last 20 years or so.
Wow, yeah.
And it's just almost impossible to get any blacks elected to city council. So we are dealing on our front page and in the newspaper for the last number of months, really, with the single member district issue, and also land retention. As you very well know.
Land.
As you very well know, when we talk about GULLAH, and when you start, you displace the people, you displace the culture.
Exactly right.
So that's one of the big issues, couple of the big issues that we're dealing with right now.
Good information.
Very,
Good information.
Very good, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And Mr. Smith?
We in Florence, especially in Florence, which is my home base, we are dealing with an economic boom in Florence. And so we were talking about the growth on city council, contrary to where Beaufort is, we're actually growing membership in our city council in terms of African American participation.
Yeah.
We're also got about a $500 million investment that's going on an annual basis in our community. So we are trying to address how that parity is going to come to the rest of the African American community and how African American business can grow from that. And we've seen some things from development from the county and from the city in putting programs in place to make sure that African American businesses are participating in that process.
Wow.
Great.
That's excellent. Yeah.
Great. What's
That's really
what's on
great.
the front page?
That's what's on the
That's
front
what's on the
page.
front page.
All right.
That's
I
the
know
menu.
that's
All right now.
I'm Nate Abraham in Columbia, South Carolina, and one of the
You said Columbia?
yes,
All
Columbia.
right.
Yeah, one of the front page where they for the first time, Midlands Tech is hired an African American president of Midlands Technical College.
Okay.
So that's our lead serve for this week. Every week we also profile a different black-owned business in Columbia.
That's good.
So I think this week is we're featuring Greg of Digitized Marketing. So that's our business of the week for this week.
Mm-hmm.
All the issues that we do. Basically, we also like to feature a lot of kids that are doing.
Yes.
All right, you.
Yeah, because all of our kids, when they do something wrong, then there's no.
Yes.
There's always publicized.
Mm-hmm.
But our motto is positive news for a positive community. So every
Positive
week,
news for
yeah,
positive.
we always have it.
Say that again.
Positive news for a positive community.
I love that.
Yes.
So we always, kids are doing something. We always feature them. So we're always featuring positive news, people doing things. And like Larry said, we're also, one of our features is for black business. We're trying to make sure that they access opportunities they know about, contracts coming up, and even more importantly, try to get our community to actually support our businesses.
Yes.
Okay.
Because that's part of the reason why I do the business of the week, because they have people say, I don't know what black business are. I say, well, we say 52 times a year we bring you a new one.
Okay.
Yes.
So you can't say you don't know where they are, because we feature them every week.
Okay.
And we only spend 95 cents out of every dollar outside the community, and we want to reverse that. So we always focus on getting people to spend our money in our own community, like everybody else does.
Mm-hmm.
And our community can't grow if we spend over $1.1 trillion, and we spend over $1 trillion outside our community every year.
Yes.
And that's where our economic development is going.
Yes.
Yeah, we're developing every other community but ours.
That's true.
Someone said, we host a business forum for black business owners. And one of the speakers came and said, well, basically where you spend your money is where you create wealth.
That's
Well,
true. That's
we're
true.
spending our money outside the community, so we're creating wealth for everybody except for us.
Exactly.
So that's what we focus on, and that's what we have for this week.
That sounds
That's
good.
excellent, you know?
Excellent. Opportunity.
Yes.
Elder Carly, I tell you what.
Yeah.
I'm hungry again.
Oh, Lord.
I love that, honey.
Oh, my God.
I got to take a break. We'll be right back. Don't you go anywhere. AC Funtime Superstars, and we will go deeper when we get back.
Let's give the dancers a round of applause. Give me your attention, baby. I gotta tell you a little something about yourself. You're wonderful, flawless, ooh, you're sexy, lady. I put you all around me trying to be like somebody else. Whoa, I know that you don't know it, but you're fine, so fine. Whoa, I'm gonna show you when you're mine, oh mine. Treasure, that is what you are. 'Cause baby, 'cause you're my golden star. I said you're gonna make my dreams come true. If you let me treasure you. If you let me treasure you. Pretty girl, you should be smiling. But you know you should never be so blue. You're everything I see in my dreams. I wouldn't say that to you if it wasn't true. Oh, girl, I know you know it, but you're fine, so fine. I'm gonna show you when you're mine, oh mine. Hey, treasure, that is what you are. 'Cause baby, 'cause you're my golden star. I said you make my dreams come true. If you let me treasure you. If you let me treasure you are my treasure. 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 That is what you are. Baby, 'cause you're my golden star. I said you could make my dreams come true. If you let me treasure you. If you let me treasure. I said pretty girl, you should be smiling. 'Cause a girl like you should never be so blue. Everything I see in my dreams, I wouldn't say that to you if it wasn't true. Oh, girl, I'm gonna show you that you're fine, so fine. Oh, girl, I'm gonna show you when you're mine, oh mine. Say treasure, hey, that is what you are. Because you're my golden star. I said you could make my wish come true. If you let me treasure you. If you let me treasure you are my treasure. You are my treasure. You are my treasure.
Woo! Now that was good.
I know, right?
You know, let me tell you a little quick story before we get started. Now, we always talk about castor oil and honey. Let me tell you where this came from. When I was a little boy, I was bad and always would get sick. Well, my mother was smart. She'd give me castor oil, but I wouldn't take it because it was nasty. Well, she would take and put honey in the castor oil. And I thought it was some kind of honey. You know, I thought it was some kind of sweet stuff. I didn't know it was castor oil. And I would drink it right down, and it would get down in my stomach, and I'd taste that castor oil and try to spit it up. But it was too late. It's already down in my stomach. But tomorrow, I'm going to pass a worm on. I'm no longer sick. Well, that's what we do on this show. We take information, we call that castor oil, and we pour honey in it. And we serve it to you. And most of you tune in to get entertained. But when you leave, you've already got castor oil, which is information, mixed in. And you leave away with a brand new mind. And that's what this show is all about. Elder Colleytown, where are we going from here?
We're going, you know where I'm going.
Where are we going, Elder
I'm
Colleytown?
either going to talk about two things. The
What's
youth
that?
or the resources.
Money?
No, I'm not talking about the money today. I'm going
Talk
to talk
to me.
about the youth and the
Oh,
young adults.
Yeah, you down on that.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here by Talbert, and I'm so proud to be here.
A businessman.
Yes.
Young man.
Talbert, tell our listening audience a little bit about how the torch was passed to you.
Well, I know for me, definitely, the gentleman that's here, I've learned a lot from them as fellow publishers, and my grandfather, who owns this paper, the publisher Jim French, he's been owning this paper for over 40 years.
Okay.
So he's done a really good job of showing me the way of how a man is supposed to be, how you're supposed to live, and the things that you need to do. So a good way to empower the youth, it starts from day one as a child, helping them with their homework, taking them around the community so they know what the community is and how it's supposed to look. Making sure that you get your education first and being respectful of one another. A lot of the people that I went to school with, they may not have had some fathers that could have been there for them to make sure that they go down that right path. So I've been blessed to been shown the right way to do the right thing.
Okay.
Wow.
And been introduced to the business world.
Definitely.
Yes.
All
Definitely,
right.
definitely.
And we take our hats off to Mr.
Yes,
French.
Oh,
We
yeah.
all
Oh, yeah.
recognize and respect him.
Yes,
And he's done a wonderful job.
Yes,
And
sir.
Talbot, I congratulate you.
Thank you.
Pass the torch on.
I have to.
Elder Colleytown, we've got the second generation on the right here. Would you bring him to the camera, please?
Yes, I'm excited about Nate from Columbia. And Nate, I as I was sitting here listening to you, I knew that you have a lot to tell us about how the torch was passed to you.
And he's a second generation also.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was second. The paper started 28 years ago. My father and I've been working with it for almost that time, 27 years, and since December of 1987. That's when I started. So, and now, basically about 5 years ago, my father said he was having some health issues, and so he was ready to retire. So basically, I took over the paper, so I'm now the owner of it. And one of the things that I'm trying to build it, because I have 3 kids, so I want basically my job is to build it, so in case either one of them want to take over it,
Yes.
it's available for them now.
Great.
Wow.
That is excellent.
Yes.
Mr. Smith, here's what I'd like to hear right now. Could you look into the camera and say something, speak to the youth that could be graduating, or the guy that's on the street, or the young lady that's not trying to look into the future? Tell her something, tell him something that could get them motivated to see that they do count. And there's
Well, it's about the youth, and I think the other publishers expressed that very, very well.
Yes.
The challenge basically is our youth need to understand that wealth is built within our communities.
Yes.
And it's built by us supporting and respecting the tools that are available in our community. The African American newspaper continues to be the voice of the African American community, in spite of the internet and in spite of all of the other things that are out there and all the other opportunities. As weekly newspapers in our community, we are the place that people turn to find out what's happening in our community. We're the most trusted voice in our community because we're consistent. All of us, whether they're first generation, third generation, we've all been in business for about 30 years or more. The other thing that's paramount in our situation is that we are all family-owned businesses.
That's good.
We're not just coming to the table as individuals.
Yes.
All of us, basically our whole families have some role in our business at some point in some time, even though it may not be their primary occupation.
Yes. Wow, that is
really excellent. So what you're saying is that if you want to go to Florida, get a Florida ticket. If you're going to New York, I want to see a New York ticket in your hand.
Well, the beauty of what we do is, if you want to go to Florida, we have a network of African American publishers across the country, over 250. And you can plug into an African American publisher. It doesn't matter where you are.
So you need to get busy. There's no excuse for you to be on the corner.
Yes, Jabari, I know you got a lot to talk about because I've been knowing you a long time and you've been doing a lot of work long time.
Yeah, well, I've been in this struggle a long, long time. You know how I look at African American newspapers, especially. No one can tell our story better than we can.
Right.
Sometimes we in a given community will turn to the. And it's not to slight the general market newspaper, but they're not going to tell the story the way we tell it.
No,
We're going to tell it a different way.
This is the truth.
Because what we find out is that too many times the truth of our story becomes like a footnote in someone else's story, or either relegated to the back page of someone else's newspaper.
Preach.
And our children, and we use our newspapers, for a number of things. We entertain, we educate, we inform. We do all of these three things.
Preach.
We talk about things that the other newspapers will never talk about.
That's exactly right.
So with the young people, as far as the young people are concerned, I think that they need to begin to read a little bit more and learn a little bit more about themselves.
Their history.
They spend so much time learning about others, but they need to learn about themselves and what their ancestors brought to this individual struggle. And you know yourself, Carrie, down there in Beaufort, you down in Beaufort probably as much as you up here. Gullah is a big thing down there. And we've got a story down there to tell. And we want the young people right here in Charleston and all down the seaboard there to know this story and to understand this story, to take this story to the next to the next level. And we are the group of I guess we're history makers. We're history writers.
Yes, we are.
History writers.
We are.
To this table because in many years, people are going to look back, and when they look for the real information, they're going to look to these same publications.
Wow, that's excellent.
I say to my son almost every day, what's important to you? Because if you spend a whole lot of time having fun, entertaining things that come here, there, and there, you'll miss at the end of the day what's really important to you. So I say to you, discover your gift, get involved in your purpose, and move forward. AC Funtime Superstar, and we've had a wonderful time and really enjoyed myself. I'd like to take a minute to shake your hand.
Yes.
Thank you, Talbert, for inviting us.
Yes, sir.
And we'll see you on the other side. Ellicotty Town?
See, we are all over the Low Country. We are now in Hampton Park. If you want to be a guest on the show, call us at 843-200-4487. If you've got talent, you need to email author.chisholm@AT&T.net. You can go to Facebook and Facebook Arthur Chisholm. And that's Arthur Chisholm. He'll be riding a white horse. Or you can visit us at www.tifm.ws.
Y'all know what's up next. We're going to have some more casserole.
What is this tonight, and what are we doing here?
This is ECU, Entrepreneur Centers for You. Black and White Affair. Adult Affair. ECU is actually an organization for children 17 and younger, where we teach them entrepreneur skills through a series of classes that we call MYOB, Mind Your Own Business. Our goal is also to bring in people to inspire our kids to think big, dream big.
5 love languages. Have you guys heard of that? 5 love languages. If you haven't, if you're married, single, I don't care what you are. 5 Love Languages is an awesome book. It helped to save my marriage along with Man Upstairs. Yes. And I kept hearing him say it's going to be better than what it was. And I was telling Elliot this, and I said, I can't believe that he could take something old and make it new. So he made me more of a believer because of that. And I thank God for that book, The 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman. If I can remember straight, Gary Chapman. And believe it or not, another good book to read is Have a New Husband by Friday. That's a real title. Have a New Husband by Friday. And it really is some practical. It's really some good practical stuff in there. I found some good stuff in there. Good read, Stuart. Both stewards, all 3 stewards. You will love it. I'm telling you, Sassy, I'm serious. It's good stuff. You'll absolutely love those books.
Y'all better stay away from that book.
No, it's really good knowledge in there. Really, it's something to help. You know, it basically helps the woman to rein in her husband without him actually being, you know, aware of it. You know, it's kind of almost like she's doing it, but he's reacting to it on a subconscious level. You know, I want to say thank you to Pleshette and Elliot and everybody else that's involved with the EC Youth Program. Did I say that correctly? It's basically helping entrepreneurs, young kids to get to know themselves better, and through that they empower themselves because kids need confidence. You know, kind of like what I do. You know, you need confidence to do this. You know, so it's helping them to learn and grow, and this is a great program for that. And I am blessed and a better person for being a part of this event here with you guys. Keep supporting this. Jason Dixie. Hello, AC Fun Time.
On the board, on the board, on the board.
Please don't leave me, girl. You remember the 21st night of September?
That was good.
Yeah, maybe bring up that Barry White.